is not often we can start our newscast with a true life hero.
Well, that's for sure. The girl and her horse were attacked by a ferocious pit bull. She says she's lucky to be alive, and it's all thanks to one man. Fox 35's Tom Johnson here now with the rest of the story. There is no doubt the governor achieved a big victory, forcing Florida teachers, police, and other state workers to contribute to their pensions.
Andrea Hayes is one of those moms. She says, take a look at this. She says she actually managed to read, this is heavy, all 4 of these books in 5 days.
Police say that the young girl tells them that the attack happened early Tuesday morning, just before 1 a.m. You may be cashing in with a big refund, but experts say don't blow it.
What you're looking at right now is Rick Scott's room, where he is from time to time all night long. He's been stepping out onto that balcony, sort of overlooking this great elaborate party and probably eyeing this podium here behind me, hoping that he can come on down here soon and make an acceptance speech.
Now, Fox 35 News at 5:30.
A pregnant woman is recovering in the hospital after being attacked by 2 pit bulls. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy Jason. Tom has the night off. It happened at the corner of Moore and Observatory in Orange County. Only on Fox, Valerie Boy at Winnie Palmer Hospital with the only interview in town with the victim herself. And Valerie, she must be doing somewhat okay because she was able to talk to you about the whole ordeal. What did she tell you?
News.
All right, Val, thank you for that. In Marion County, a similar attack is causing 2 Rottweilers to be put to death. Marion County authorities say Saturday the 2 dogs mauled a 9-year-old boy and his grandmother. At this time, there's no information on their conditions, but the owner of the dogs, who is also the fiancé of the 41-year-old grandmother, turned them over to cops, and now they'll both be put to sleep. And this just into our Fox 35 newsroom. A Navy sailor from South Florida is dead. The Department of Defense says 22-year-old hospital corpsman Edwin Gonzalez of Miami Beach was killed in Afghanistan after being hit by an improvised explosive device. The DOC says he died in the hospital from his wounds. As of Thursday, at least 1,219 members of the U.S. military have died in Afghanistan. Flash forward to tomorrow now. More tests will be done on Shuttle Discovery. And as we've been reporting to you, it's been delayed now for weeks after encountering several problems. Fox 35's Elizabeth Alvarez joining us live here in the studio with more details. Hey, Liz.
Hey, Tracy. Yeah.
See, I would have given out all my gifts on the 26th with the way my math goes.
A lot of people wish there were 10 days, apparently.
I know I do. You can bet that your last dollar that retailers know they're going to be packed this weekend.
Yeah, exactly, which is why you're going to see so many discounts on lots of items. But as Fox 35's David Martin discovered, well, most people feel like they're getting played. And here's the thing, maybe you are. So when you're doing all that last-minute Christmas shopping and seeing deals left and right, know this. You might not be getting as good a sale as you think. Joining us tonight to educate us more on the art of the deal is Rick Siegel, retail expert and author. And Rick, just real quick, when you came in, you gave me this big old stack of books that you wrote. Here's Laugh and Get Rich, powerful promotions, sensational sales. So you are a guy who really has the lowdown for us. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get right down to business because time is always short. For people watching and shopping right now, it seems like we need a calculator to figure out when you should be shelling out more. Take those buy one, get one half off deals we're seeing. They're enticing. Is there a rule of thumb to keep in mind?
Yeah, you have to realize.
Back in court today, the Central Florida millionaire accused of shooting his own wife. The defense for James Robert Ward wants what he said on a cell phone in an interrogation room the night of his arrest thrown out. And let's take another live look right now at the jail as we wait for the release of Casey Anthony, which will happen sometime in the next 24 hours. When it does happen, we, of course, will be there live. It is the day Casey Anthony has been hoping for, no doubt, and according to one of her attorneys, now fearing.
Yeah, she's expected to be a free woman anytime Sunday. That could happen shortly after midnight. Question where she'll go.
But we do know, according to her parents' attorney, there has been no contact with George and Cindy Anthony. And according to the psychologist that actually evaluated her behind bars, she is nowhere near ready to go home, nowhere near reconciling with her family. Now, the Anthonys have
How did he finally make it back here?
Well, first, his son, who's traveling with him, actually had the doctor fax the second doctor's note. You can't see it, but there's a date included right in the header, different from the first note that he had with him, where there's only a fax date. Because you see, the airline insisted they needed a letter that clearly showed it had been issued within the past year. But Bob and his son believed it had more to do with the threat of bad press. We couldn't miss 88-year-old World War II veteran Bob Simon when he rolled off his Southwest flight from Buffalo, New York tonight. Between the expression only a man who has seen a lot can wear and the more obvious oxygen tank on his lap, spotting Bob was easy.
He's with Fox News, Dad. Oh.
Bob has been attached to this oxygen tank now 24/7 for 5 years. He and his son Jay do a lot of flying on Southwest between Buffalo and Orlando. But last night,
I don't know what happened. This one lady came up. She was extremely rude.
And the gal says, you can't get on this aircraft.
I talked to a Southwest spokeswoman on the phone, and she tells me company policy requires a doctor's note, which includes a date of issue, a maximum flow amount that will work with the plane's air pressure, and an acknowledgement the passenger knows how to operate the oxygen tank.
Something that his life depends on, and he doesn't know after 5 years. I think that's a little lame.
But here's the thing. This letter has a fax date of July 7th of this year. And it's the very same letter that got this Vietnam, Korean, and World War II veteran on the plane to Buffalo to begin with.
They just walked away, after they finally said, no, you can't get on this aircraft. It's a policy. You've got to prove that you can operate the equipment.
And they just walked away from you like nothing?
Yeah, right.
And how did that make you feel?
Yeah. Oh, God, I wanted to cold cock them.
All right, now Southwest did email me their company policy, which actually includes everything they said was necessary by phone, but they could not explain why this letter actually got Bob on the plane to Buffalo in the first place, or why letters just like this have always been enough in the past. Amy?
So, Trace, earlier you mentioned Bob and Jay feel the media maybe helped them get on the plane. What did they mean when they said that?
Well, they have some contacts here in Orlando who apparently called the airlines, hinting that we would be called, which we were. So it's really hard to say at this point if it was the second doctor's note or if it was the fear of bad press. But the bottom line, at least from Bob's perspective, the employee who told him he couldn't get on that plane could have been a little more polite, I would think.